take it to him. You guys ready? We're going to take it to him. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's show them how we roll. Let's do it. Let's show them how we roll. Bring it to them. Keep it right up now. It's our time, girl. It's our time.
Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight as we get set to bring you NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Well, Ben Simmons was the top-rated player in high school and in college, but a fractured bone in his foot cost him his first NBA season. He said, "A lot of people forgot about me. You have to build yourself up again. And for me, I wanted to prove myself again." Kevin, we all agree he's done just that.
He sure has. First NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Monday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for Detroit, Griffin is out there with John Henson. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 3 slot.
And last season, the Sixers unveiling a Dr. J statue on their Legends Walk outside the team training facility.
Oh, yeah, his second statue in Philly. I mean, the other one is down by the stadium. At that Legend Walk, you know who he joins? Wilt Chamberlain, Mo Cheeks, Bobby Jones, Billy Cunningham, Hal Greer. That's some good company to be in. Some great history for the Sixers.
And stolen by Richardson.
Simmons.
Stay on it. The foul.
That shot, no good. Rose with some nice D. And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons.
Get going.
And Henson kicks to Rose.
Got you.
Here's Mikhailuk, guarded by Harris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Tonight, 2 teams, Chris, that love to run the ball through the post. I think you would have loved playing on either side as you take a look at these teams.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, to be in that spot, I mean, think about it. That's where Draymond Green loves to be in the most, where he can facilitate. You can actually play the point guard from the post side. You can see over your left shoulder or right shoulder. I think it's a better angle, actually, to see everyone. Every defender can't lock into you, and one strong cut with integrity from your teammates, oh, they'll get a wide-open bucket.
And the first one drops.
Very rich history for Detroit Pistons. They've been a part of the sports scene in Detroit since 1957, and they have 3 championships to their name.
And he makes the first but misses the second. Well, you look back at the title teams for the Pistons. There were a lot of them. Chris, which team was your favorite?
Oh, man. Well, growing up in Detroit, I'd have to go back to the Bad Boys in 89, 90, just watching them get through Boston and then, dominate the Bulls of that time. They went back-to-back winning championships. That was incredible. And it was something special, though, about my boys in the 2004 team. She, Ben Wallace, Rip, those guys. That was fun to watch as well.
Here's Rose after Ben Simmons' bucket. Another shot. Henson's shot is off.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Aggressive move by Harris. A little contact there. He just powers through it.
The Pistons have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Outside Griffin. Top of the key, Rose. Henson trying to break free. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Griffin.
Hey, they've broken the seal. 3 misses to start, but now they're back in business.
Richardson the pass to Simmons. The rebound by the Pistons. Here's Rose. Here's Griffin. Good D by Embiid.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And Henson kicks to Rose. That shot missing. Simmons with the defensive effort.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Out to the right wing. It's stolen by Harris.
Yo, check Tobias.
Again, Philadelphia.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
To the middle, here's Henson. And the rejection by Embiid.
Oh, you got to be careful around Embiid. When he's around, he's capable of coming up with these blocks.
And their offense already in a flow, some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
A triple-double machine. I mean, Ben Simmons surpassed by only the great Oscar Robinson with the pace he's piling them up.
And a chance to check out Joel Embiid here. Last season, he played outstanding. Second in rebounding, fourth in scoring, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And looking back at last season, his complete dominance on the boards to rank number 2 overall. Absolutely remarkable.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, true. But now it's about sustaining their energy and maintaining the focus.
Now here's Henson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta.
But it was his rebound that stood out even more to me. I mean, they could not keep him off the glass.
Just 3 to shoot. The offensive rebound. Looking to end the run. And Embiid with the block.
It's time for him to start looking for other options. They can't let him keep shooting. His touch is gone.
The pass to Simmons. Back to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And you look at the all-around impact of Ben Simmons, already a star and an all-star. You know what, Chris? If he adds a jump shot, how good do you think he can be?
Whoa. Some say you better polish up that MVP trophy. I mean, perimeter shooting, the only thing he really lacks. If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
Here's Kennard. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta. That one goes. Count it.
Oh, they'll take that, but they got to find a better shot than that on their next trip.
Philadelphia leading by 11. Richardson kicks to Simmons. Out to the wing. Horford has a wide open look. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Kennard, the pass to Henson. Now here's Rose. Poked away and stolen by Simmons. Richardson gets a wide open look. That one's good from the corner. Richardson's got 10 points.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Outside Rose. Griffin down low, working on Horford.
That bucket tells you about the power of Griffin. I mean, he got a man all over him, and it doesn't even affect him.
Richardson outside. And Simmons gets it to go on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 3 assists tonight.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, they just had nothing going for them. They look very defeated out there.
So for the Pistons, Christian Wood comes in for Henson, and it's Brown in for Derrick Rose.
Hey, right here.
Wood passes to Mikhailuk. Griffin with it. Guarded by Simmons.
I see him. Hey, yo, watch back door.
Here's Mikhailuk. Clock at 6. Kennard. The three-pointer off the mark.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And they pick up 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Pass to Embiid. Back to Simmons. Pass to Horford. It's deflected. Over to the wing. Inside. And Griffin slams it in.
You have to keep this man out of the paint. Griffin, professional poster maker.
Pass to Horford. And here's Embiid. The dish now to Simmons. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists now tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Mikhailuk. The shot, no good. Good D by Embiid. Harris, right side. And slam dunk by Harris.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
And there's the pass to Mikhailuk. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. And slam dunk by Harris.
And Harris is so good at remaining active on both ends of the court, never making anything easy for the opposition, which in turn results in a lot of steals.
Here's Griffin, and he slams it down right on top of Joel Embiid.
And when Griffin takes flight, it's a sight to see. Some of the dunks he pulls are just insane.
Well, Blake Griffin has been working on that three-pointer now, Chris, for a while. Has gotten to where it's a factor.
Yeah, Kevin, and you're right. And for Blake, he doesn't need to make a ton of threes for it to be effective. All he has to do is keep the defense honest with it so they respect it enough where it opens up the rest of his offense.
Jordan McRae, he's checked in for Detroit. Langston Galloway comes in for Luke Kennard.
Shooting one.
That's good from Blake Griffin. Well, there's the talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. And, Chris, how much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young. You're coming into a league. You're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times, this guy's first time being away from their families that long. So it is a maturity process. But at the same time, there's only such a few. And if you're one of the few, that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. McRae passes to Galloway, and the three ball is good.
I like the confidence from the guard, Galloway. He shows no fear in shooting off the pass.
Pass to Harris. Here's Thibault. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Well, you look at Tobias Harris. I mean, it's remarkable the way he's improved. His confidence from three-point range, a huge part of it.
And Harris drops them both. Well, you look at Harris's long-range shooting. Nothing special, Chris, through the first 6 years of his career. But then he turned it around.
Well, Kevin, you know he had laser eye surgery in the summer of 2017. And after that, his shooting improved dramatically. Man, I got to go get surgery now. And anyway, maybe he should be a spokesperson based on how well it worked out for him.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. They've decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
That shot wide open. Galloway has got his second bucket tonight.
A dependable shooter from outside the arc. You can tell Galloway really believes in his three ball.
Hey, yo, right here.
Harris looking it over. Goes back up, and it's good on the layup. Harris has got 14 points for the game.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Passes to Griffin. 43 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot with the fadeaway. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
His shooting has been a bright spot for them. Otherwise, they've struggled as a whole.
To the paint, here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
Oh, what a night for Tobias Harris, and he's capable of doing this. When he's right, he can carry an offense.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Griffin's shot is off.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Here's Burks, and that one goes long.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. 76ers lead by 18. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball instead of baseball.
coming from a place where, you know, baseball is what's driven to us every time. I mean, I started playing baseball. I didn't play basketball. I started playing baseball, and, you know, just watching my dad play basketball, I just fell in love with the game. And people were still telling me, they're like, nobody makes it out of here, usually out of basketball. I mean, your dad was a very rare case, and, you know, I just believed in it.
Yep, wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers guys.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers,
Take a break.
we got Alec Burks.
2 shots.
Harris is out there with Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Milton in at the 3. That's good from Harris. Some players are what we call quiet scorers, Chris. They put up a lot of points, but you don't realize until the end of the game just how effective and what kind of points they've put up.
Oh, yeah, especially when you look at two-way players like a Paul George or a Kawhi Leonard, or how about a Bradley Beal out there in Washington? You look up at the scoreboard and be like, wait, how did he get 30? And don't forget about the running mate with Damian Lillard up there in Portland. McCollum, he's a bad man as well.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Shooting 1.
And that one misses. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. Makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
Here's Wood. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And O'Quinn sends it back. Here's Thibault. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
And it's not difficult to see the potential that Harris has. I mean, he's a guy that can do just about everything out there on the floor.
Brown outside. Griffin kicks to McRae. Pass to Wood. Here's Galloway. Burks covering. Here's McRae. Milton grabs the board.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Burks can't get it to go. Pistons trail by 20. Here's Galloway. He's got 6. And the pass to Wood. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
You want more of this from Galloway? I mean, we know he can score, but it's crucial he improves his passing.
Pass to Harris. Here's O'Quinn. That one misses. And it's Detroit the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against one another this season. All right, a moment here to check out stats for Griffin. Last season, he played outstanding, checking in at about 24 points per, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he does so much for this team, but it starts with the way he leads the offense.
Yeah, he's willing to take on the scoring load, and he's more than capable of delivering.
2 shots.
Free throw drops for Griffin.
It's a brand new era in Detroit, Kevin. I mean, Dwayne Casey has been given the reins, and there's a lot to like about the future. In a short time, has Detroit excited.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. John Henson's checked in for Christian Wood, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brown. Korkmaz checked in for the 76ers. No good on the second free throw. And Chris, for the Pistons, as we know, it's been a while without sustained success.
Yeah, Kevin, they are hoping that last year was a foundation-type season. I mean, they had good results for them as they built this roster. This team is forming an identity and rebuilding the right way.
Defensively, just too many baskets in transition. It's really, that's been the difference.
Rose against Burks. Rose, good.
And Derrick Rose certainly equipped athletically to punish teams in the paint.
Bounce pass from Burks.
Come get it.
Korkmaz passes to Harris. He kicks it to Burks. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. O'Quinn. And Henson sends it back. No one near him. McRae, no good. The 76ers leading by 17. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Rose against Burks. Here's Galloway. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Galloway has got 9.
He's doing some good work from long range. I mean, he had 2 threes in the first quarter, and now he's got 1 in the second.
Detroit's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And there's the bucket from McRae. McRae has got his first points of the game. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's Thibault. O'Quinn the pass to Thibault.
Screen.
And O'Quinn kicks to Korkmaz. Here's Burks. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Luke is checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Langston Galloway. Free throw good, Burks. Looking at teams with new coaches, Chris, how long do you think it usually takes a new system to get the kinks out and work properly?
Yeah, hopefully you have veteran players because they can adapt the system a little bit quicker. Younger players, they might not, know the lingo. They might not know necessarily where to be. So you have to practice. And with practice time not being as a premium like it used to be, it's a little tougher. So it takes a while. You want to make sure you kind of look at the season, 82 games. You look at it in 4 20-game stretches, and you hope by that second 20-game stretch, you're into finding your rhythm as a team, and the team's starting to hone in on those little details.
Good perspective. Now here's Embiid, following the miss by Griffin.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration that time.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Good luck finding anyone who's up to the challenge of taking on Griffin tonight. He's going to torch anyone they put on him.
Right here.
Simmons inside. And good that time. Simmons got 6.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Now here's Griffin. 14 points for him. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Here's Rose. Rebound by the 76ers. Horford's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller. Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Rose goes in, uses the glass to finish the layup. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's the Derrick Rose of old. Full speed ahead and bursting to the rim.
And here is Simmons. 26 points for him last game against Boston.
Yeah, and as good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Griffin trying to get open.
Oh, such a smart defensive player. He knows how to use his reach to alter shots.
And boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Rose. And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
Josh Richardson's checked in for the 76ers. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
Now here's Henson, following the miss by Griffin. They shoot again.
That's all you.
Rose, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
Here's Kennard. Passes it to Mikhailuk. Over Horford, and Griffin scores. The assist by Henson. 16 points for Blake Griffin. The 76ers leading by 19 points. To the inside, it's tipped. Embiid, no good. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Mikhailuk. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths, shooting in the low 60s last season.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, and I love the fans in Philly. They're notoriously prickly, though. They expect hard-nosed effort. If not, they'll let you hear about it.
And so he makes both from the line. Chris, you're talking about the Philly fans. They were even booing their team in that conference semifinal round against Toronto.
Yeah, they got nervous with the season on the line. You can't take it personal. In Philly, they love you just as much as they boo you.
Simmons against Rose. Oh, Griffin in position, up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And the chemistry Griffin has with his teammates, oh, he's so good at realizing when to jump for the alley-oop.
Richardson dishes to Simmons. Pass to Korkmaz. No good on the triple. Pistons trail by 15. Griffin passes to Rose. Back to Griffin. And stolen by Horford. And now the 76ers on the break. Horford leading the charge. He dishes it to Richardson. Back to Horford. Stolen. Intercepted. He feeds it to Richardson. Back to Horford.
Drain that, baby. Take that.
And the dunk by Horford.
With a huge frame and outstanding wingspan, it's no surprise to see Horford throw it down.
Rose dishes to Griffin. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Griffin. Griff's middle of last season. Plenty of drama around the AD trade request. Davis wanting to leave New Orleans. Some say all publicity is good publicity. But Commissioner Silver clearly does not agree.
Yeah, I don't agree either, and I think if you go back, the Lakers would say that's a self-inflicted wound. Some things are best left in the locker room. Let me tell you this. Every team tried to trade for AD except the team that didn't have him last year and maybe the Golden State Warriors. So everyone was out there. It just wasn't the rumors. And so, no, you never really like those rumors. They affect young players. They affect the player that may be being traded for. They affect the home fan base. They affect everyone. So you want to try to keep all of that in-house. Some things are better left unsaid.
Here's Griffin following the score by Josh Richardson. Griffin against Embiid. A nice shot by Griffin. Griffin's got 13 points now in the quarter.
You got to do more than that to stop Griffin. I mean, he's using his brute strength to capitalize through contact.
Embiid finds Richardson. 1:19 left to play here in the half. Kept alive.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Griffin passes to Wood.
Here's a look at some stats for Simmons. Great showing for him last season. Last year averaged 17 points a game, 7 assists and 9 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
Yeah, no doubt. He knows how to run this offense. He's a tremendous asset to this team coming off the bench.
Two.
And that one misses.
And Chris, just how special was it to play for Detroit in your career? What relationship does this team have with their fans?
Yeah, it was so special. I mean, being able to go home to the house that I grew up in or to where my parents lived and be able to go to the Pistons practice and to be part of it, to put on that jersey. It was so special, man. This team is a mainstay of the city. I mean, you feel like you can lift up the whole city when you play for the Pistons. It was such a special part of my career.
Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Rose. Softly drops in the floater. Rose has got 7 points for the quarter.
And with the lift that Rose gets from his legs, he's able to put such a soft touch on those floaters. That's a great shot for him.
The movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Dishes it to Griffin. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
And he knocks down the first one.
And love how he's getting himself to the line this quarter. If he keeps it up, it'll end up creating some foul problems on the other side, and that can always help a team's cause.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Rose. The 76ers also with a sub. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Griffin hits them both.
And for the Sixers, the health of their draft picks has been a story. Zaire Smith, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, all missing significant time with injury.
Health continues to be a key for them, GA. And Embiid in particular, he's missed some games last year, missed some back-to-backs. And he's 7'2". You just hope his knees could withstand the grind. They got to keep him going to reach their goal.
Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. There's Galloway. He's got 9. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range, just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. What a game it's been for Tobias Harris. He had 20 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. He's been playing extremely well lately and making some new highlights for us already in this one. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
You love guys who improve a little each year. Tobias Harris has become more consistent as a go-to scorer and a much better rebounder. He made some big plays in the first half.
Shaq, what'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, it could be one of those epic games, but we still have a long way to go.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Pistons, Kennard is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Griffin. Then it's John Henson. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 3, the small forward. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
And he makes the first.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
The 76ers making a switch here. Embiid's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
Kennard's shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
good at recognizing when the defense is overcommitted. I mean, Embiid is terrific at sharing the ball.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons, trailing by 19. Outside Griffin. Henson trying to break free. Griffin can't get it to go in.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now the pass to Kennard. Pass to Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. Over Horford. Griffin's shot is off.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout just to try to settle things down.
A nice shot by Embiid. Embiid's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, how about the length of Embiid? I mean, it's tough to deal with. Outstanding, using it to gobble up offensive rebounds.
And Henson kicks to Rose. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
An 0 for 3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Good work defensively by Horford.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Well, last season was a successful one for the Pistons. I mean, they made the playoffs as an 8 seed. They were counted out at times, but had a strong second half to make it back to the postseason.
And Chris with the Pistons, an incredible run during February made the difference last season for them.
Yeah, well, the offense had been their weak spot, but it was clicking during that stretch. I mean, this team needs to find a way to play like that all season long. They've showed some flashes of greatness. Now it's just about continuing to improve.
First free throw is good. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
Here's Kennard. Detroit, no good that time either. And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 12-3 run right now. Richardson, good.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Well, Greg, their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead.
Here's Griffin, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Horford. And Chris, as skilled as he is offensively, some overlook Joel Embiid's defensive impact.
Yeah, Kevin, he's the centerpiece of their defense. He's an outstanding rim protector, and he moves great for a player his size.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
I mean, I'm not the first to say it, and I'm sure I won't be the last, but Griffin is one of the most physically gifted players that this game has ever seen. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Good on both. in the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
Who's got Simmons?
Simmons against Rose. Simmons inside. 8 points for him. And there it is for him. Simmons got 10 points in the game.
Oh, the physicality of Simmons on display, showing some fight and fearlessness with plays like this.
Rose passes to Mikhailuk.
Rose.
Now Henson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Kennard. And another shot. And Griffin puts it in.
And the timing Griffin has on the glass, he seems to know exactly when to leap up for rebounds.
And Embiid has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Rose. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Horford.
And a guy who's averaged as many as 7 free throws a game in his career, Rose knows how to get to the line.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Wood, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. And then for Philadelphia, Korkmaz comes in for Richardson, and it's Burks in for Ben Simmons. And Rose drops them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Here's Thibault.
Horford.
Rebound by Rose. Rose has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. They get it again. Passes it to Kennard.
Who got ball? Rose.
Fires for 3. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
I mean, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there. But he's been there for them, but they haven't needed him much.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
And the Pistons making a change here. McRae's checked in. With a break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Second, Joel Embiid.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Here's McRae. Here's Kennard. 5 on the clock.
Rose.
Looking to get back on track here. It's blocked. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. For Philadelphia, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Horford the pass to Thibault. Embiid trying to break loose, and he recovers it. Here's Burks. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to McCray. Lets it go with a 3. It's good from long range. McCray has got 5.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
The pass to Burks. The baseline J, and the basket is good. He's got 10.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Listen, we talk about killer instinct all the time. He definitely has it. He's keeping his foot on the pedal here.
Swiped it away. Now here's Rose. 14 points for him. Here's McCray. Fader on the way. It's hauled in by Thibault. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Detroit. Langston Galloway comes in for Rose. Philadelphia also making some changes. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Horford. And it's Shake Milton in for Korkmaz. Good on the second free throw. Detroit's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Back to Brown. Up top, Henson, guarded by Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Here's McCray. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Embiid drives in.
Using that speed to his advantage. Embiid is so devastating when driving to the basket.
Galloway kicks to Wood. There's the lob to the hoop. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you could tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
And Detroit has possession. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Just 4 to shoot. Wood passes to McCray. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. O'Quinn can't hit.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay-in.
Henson the pass to Wood. Galloway taking his time here. Here's McCray, guarded by Embiid. McCray kicks to Galloway. Sinks the triple. Galloway has got 12.
And the three-point shot has just been money so far tonight.
And Chris, one thing you have to like about Galloway is that he's always prepared to play.
Yeah, Galloway is the type of player that can see 5 minutes on the floor in one game and then start and play 25 minutes the next one. I mean, just think about that focus for consistency. The production can be hit or miss, but he's a great plug-and-play option for a coach in need of filling minutes.
And it's denied. Here's Burks. Here's Embiid. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Very difficult to deal with inside. I mean, once Embiid gets the positioning he wants, you almost have to follow.
The 76ers have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
Two.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
Wow, it's all about the fun-loving personality of Embiid because it's just awesome. I mean, this guy likes to have fun on and off the court.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Detroit has possession. Here's Galloway. He's got 12. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Embiid.
I love seeing this from Galloway. When he forces the issue, it puts the defense in a tough spot.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting two.
That free throw, no good.
And what I like about Galloway is that he knows his role. He doesn't play outside of himself. He's a dependable player.
And the 76ers making a change here. Harris is checked in. And he sinks the second.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Here's Thibault. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, taking it right into the teeth of the defense. And it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
Yeah, it's getting to him, GA. I mean, the lack of communication, the lack of trust.
One shot. One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Detroit's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Here's Henson. Rebound by the 76ers. O'Quinn with it. Harris outside. That one goes in.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
Detroit making a switch here. Makers checked in. That's good from Harris.
I mean, look, every year Harris looks more confident. He goes through stretches where he can dominate.
Pass to Maker. Takes a 3. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Maker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Thibault. And here's Burks. He's got 10. Harris inside. Back to Burks. Second chance shot. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Pistons go the other way with it.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Josh Richardson's checked in for Philadelphia. Simmons comes in for Burks. Galloway hits both of them. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Richardson outside. Here's Simmons. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Maker with the ball. Now guarded by Simmons. And the basket by Maker. Maker's got 5 points now this quarter.
Showing he has some touch. Now for Maker, it's more about adding the muscle so he can become more dangerous.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Simmons passes to Richardson. Here's Milton. Clock at 6. Kicks it to Simmons. From deep. That shot off. Here's McCray. Misses the chippy right there.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
And so it's Philadelphia, rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be right back after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth, Kyle O'Quinn out there with Mike Scott. Then it's Robinson, and it's Milton in at the shooting guard position.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor, not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it, too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
Scott the pass to Milton. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Oh, a terrific steal down low. That might be a layup if he doesn't make that play.
Detroit's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
And it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Scott finds Neto. Fades and shoots. Here's O'Quinn and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, a coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Outside Knight. Pass to Doumbouya. Over to the left wing. Snell from outside. Another three for Detroit.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Baseline try. It's good. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Pistons shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. To the left wing. Outside Knight. Puts it up from 12. It's hauled in by the 76ers. O'Quinn's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Two.
That's good from Scott. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And the 76ers also making a change. Korkmaz, he's checked in for Shake Milton. Scott hits them both. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Outside Rose, the pass to Griffin. Shoots over Scott. Rebound by the 76ers. Korkmaz has got 4 rebounds in this game. To the wing right side. Neto finds O'Quinn. Lets it go from 11, and the shot is long. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Offensive rebound, and Griffin slams it in.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Yeah, guys, but where was the box out? No excuse letting him roam that freely on the glass?
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Snatched up. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
Shooting 1.
And that one falls for O'Quinn. The Pistons have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Pass to Griffin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, an absolute behemoth inside. Griffin excels at using his size and athleticism to draw the foul.
Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Griffin. Both free throws good from Griffin. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Neto, the pass to Korkmaz. Neto surveying the floor. Rebounded by the Pistons. Passes it to Mikhailuk. They get it back. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Well, the
Shooting
intensity
one.
Griffin plays with Kevin on the boards is exceptional. He knows where to be when the shots go up.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Hey, that's all you.
Philadelphia dictating the flow. Here's Korkmaz. Scott kicks to Robinson. Misses from close range. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Ball stolen. Here's Korkmaz. Philadelphia moving the ball around. O'Quinn, the pass to Neto. No good on the three.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. Good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
The shot's good from Kennard.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The 76ers leading by 22. Timeout called the 76ers.
Well, after a promising rookie season, it was tough for second-year guard Luke Kennard. I mean, injuries had him in and out of the lineup as his development was slowed.
John Henson's checked in for the Pistons. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Pistons on defense.
I got him.
Here's Thibault. Back to Simmons. High arcing shot, and he gets it to go. And although Kennard righted the ship after the trade deadline, he lacked confidence early.
Yeah, he has a bad habit, Kevin, of not taking the first good look that he gets. And then by doing that, you let the defense adjust to you. Now, when he trusts himself, and as he did more and more last year, he can become a solid contributor to this team.
Harris is checked in for Korkmaz.
Get there.
At the elbow, Griffin. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Horford.
I mean, you better give Griffin credit. He's outstanding at forcing the issue, getting the defense to whack him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Griffin hits them both. The 76ers leading by 22. Kicks it to Simmons. With some arc, and the layup is good.
He's a tricky player. He's so difficult to guard. Simmons excels at going with the floater at the right time.
Kennard, the pass to Henson. Here's Rose. The shot misses. Simmons with the defensive effort. Here's Embiid. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Good luck trying to prevent Embiid from scoring. I mean, he's terrific at fending off contact on the way up.
Here's Kennard. Up top, Henson. 6 to shoot. There's the dish to Rose. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. For the Pistons, Thon Maker's checked in for Griffin. And it's Bruce Brown in for Rose. Alec Burks checked in for Philadelphia. The 76ers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Here's Embiid, and he banks in the layup. Embiid's got 20.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Brown drives in, pass to Kennard. Back to Brown. This one for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that, but either way, it's a tough shot.
No good from Simmons. Detroit's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Mikhailuk passes to Kennard. Brown outside. Here's Kennard, guarded by Embiid, and Embiid with the block. And now Philadelphia on the break. Horford leading the charge. There's the pass to Mikhailuk. Henson dishes to Brown. Pass to Kennard. Passes it to Henson. Embiid with the steal. Simmons left side. Embiid finds Simmons. 76ers moving the ball around. And a dunk by Horford.
You can't leave anyone uncovered around Simmons. I mean, he's fantastic at seeing when one of his guys is open.
Horford's gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Here's Kennard. Burks covering, and that one good. Now Simmons.
Yo, check Simmons.
Pass to Burks. Shoots from 14. And the dunk by Embiid.
The offensive game of the big fella. I mean, Embiid's game is so polished. That's why you can't let him get hot.
Simmons against Brown. The pass to Kennard. He kicks to Henson. Pass to Kennard. And another 3 for Detroit.
And there you go, his first three-pointer of the night. That should calm him down, maybe even get him going a little bit.
Now here's Simmons. And they double up Embiid. He dishes it to Horford. Harris outside. The 11-footer. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 6 assists now in the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, Harris is a solid mid-range shooter, and he feels comfortable from there.
Here's Kennard, and the rejection by Embiid. Now here's Simmons. Tight defense on him. There's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth. Passes to Burks. Fires from the corner, and the 76ers tack on 2 more. Here's Brown. Pass to Kennard. And it's sent back by Horford.
Oh, you can't be careless around Horford. Throw up a weak shot around him, he'll send it back.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That one is off. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Yeah, and last season, you know, the Thonmaker had enough as he asked for a trade out of Milwaukee, and his wish was granted as he was sent to the Pistons. He felt his time with the Bucks had run his course.
Here's Galloway. Robinson pulls it in. And so it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the 76ers.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the 76ers.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. They were disciplined and focused.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Joel Embiid.
And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Fires from 14, and there's another one for the Pistons.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, showing that short area skill allows him to create some space.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.